And actually, one thing we forgot to include is, and I think I should actually give you, I'll probably post an update on Piazza as well, is one problem with these things is that with using a button, like a valid in, is that um, if you press and hold this button, uh, portions of your code will be activated several times. So we actually need a mechanism to prevent that. Let me actually quickly implement this right now. So what you want to do is you want to define a new register and new reg. Let's call it valid in, and I like to define it like this: valid in D, as in valid in delayed by 1 clock cycle. And the way I'm actually going to do this is valid in D is equal to valid in. So right now, this valid in D is actually valid in, just delayed by 1 clock cycle. Now, what am I going to do with this? I'm actually going to define one more variable, and I'm actually going to do this wire. And I'm going to call this valid in pause. And this is, so let me actually write the descriptions here. So this is valid in delayed by single clock cycle. And then I'm going to have this, which is the positive edge of valid in. And the way I'm going to define this is assign valid is equal to, so valid in not valid in D. So I did a bunch of things here, so let's actually look at what I'm doing here. So valid in is equal to valid in and not valid in delayed. So I think the best way to show this is to draw a diagram. So let me pull up Paint. So let's pull up Paint here. So if I have a signal like this for valid, the delayed version is going to be something like this, right? So something like this. And I'm saying valid in is equal to valid in and not valid in D. So this means that this value should be equal to 1 when valid in is 1 and valid in D is equal to 0. And where is that condition? So it's actually right here, isn't it? So these are the positive edges. So in this area, this is 1 high, but this is low. And since this is delayed by only 1 clock cycle, this is going to be 1 clock cycle wide. So by doing this, my button will be read only 1 times. And as I said, I'm going to probably update this on the LMS as well, so you don't need to redo this on your part as well. So once you have this, instead of using valid in, just use valid in pose. That's it.